Hi, I'm Sharon. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'm working with you step by step through the ABRSM Theory Grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website, so if you visit sharonbill.com you'll find some free PDF information sheets. You can download those in US letter or A4 and they accompany each step of this series. There's also a page with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials and you can access information about the books I have available. I've written how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and hints on how to best prepare for your exam and also how to best make use of the time when you're in the exam room on exam day. So if you go to sharonbill.com you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that'd be really fab, and subscribe to my channel to keep updated. I have lots more planned. And so now we're going to carry on and we're going to look at the last part of the last paper of this 2017 practice papers booklet. So if you turn with me to page 26, we're going to make a start on these. And so I suggest that you always have your circle of fifths or your major and minor key signatures written out before you start, then all your thinking's done in one go, rather than keep on having to rack your brains each time you need to refer to that topic. And so that would mean you've really done the work for this bit anyway. If you're not sure how to do that, I've done a video of the circle of fifths and you can find the link to that in the description below the video. And so we're going to have a look at this, and I suggest you try and do this on your own first of all, and then we'll work through it together. Always writing in pencil. Oh, lost my ruler there. There we go. Always writing in pencil, and so it doesn't matter if you go wrong, you can just rub it out. You'll learn better that way through your mistakes. So then, we're asked to put the accidentals in front of these notes to make the scale of F sharp major. And so we know that that's got the key signature of F, C, G, D, A and E sharps. And that's where your circle of fifths really comes in handy, because that thinking's done for you. Now it says don't use a key signature. We just need to bear that in mind and add them as accidentals. So let's just add these in. We're in treble clef. Now it begins and ends on F sharp, so you need to put that in twice. It feels like you're putting too many sharps in, but it begins and ends on F sharp. So F, C, G, D, A, E sharps. There's only one natural in that scale. And if it is that you find reading a particular clef tricky, whether that's not related to the instrument that you play, you could always just write your letter names underneath as well. You know it begins on F, F sharp, so you just sketch it and just do that. Anything you can do to make it easier for you. So now we're actually asked to write a scale in full. We're using semi-breves or whole notes, so there's no need to worry about stems. And we're descending harmonic minor scale to match this key signature here. So this is the key signature of two flats, which again, you see if you've done your thinking, it's already here. We know that that's B flat major and the related minor key is G minor. So we know that we're in G minor. And the harmonic minor is going to have a second step too, but we'll worry about that bit afterwards. So first of all, let's just get the blobs in. So we just need some semitones starting on G in the bass clef. I'm starting high, so that won't be needing to run into ledger lines. Might as well use all the available space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to end on G. So we've got the related key to this key signature, the minor key, G minor. However, we need to now remember that the minor scale has the 7th degree of the scale raised. Now remember, we're descending here, so this is the 8th, this is the 7th, or you can count up from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's an F natural, and we raise it by adding a sharp. That's job done. So let's look at this next question. So we've got a little bit of Italian some performance directions. And so I think I'm going to even refrain from trying to pronounce these. And so we know that this means playful or joking. There's no alternative but just to keep revising these, keep testing yourself. And it doesn't matter if you go wrong at the moment, you're best learning by your mistakes in this section. This means tenderly, and this is a hurrying. So there we go. Let's move on. We need to rewrite bar 4 using notes twice the value. So we need to rewrite this bar, and we need a new time signature. So let's deal with the time signature first of all. At the moment we've got 6 quaver beats per bar, and so to make that twice as much we need to go to 6 crotchet beats per bar, and so our new time signature is going to be 6/4, 6 quarter notes rather than 6/8 notes. It's just easier to visualise it if you just show that you're going in the right direction. And so they've done the key signature for us, and now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be losing one of the beams, so they'll become just quavers or 8th notes. Lose the beam, they'll become crotchets, and then to double this, that's going to become a minim or a half note, and then that's going to become a crotchet there. So we've already thought what we're going to do, so let's just get the blobs in the right place first of all. So let's get these note heads, A, B, C, and we've already thought what we're going to do with those. So they're going to be beamed. We'll have the stems going up because this needs to go up. This can go either way, so this one kind of wins the vote. This stem can come down, and we're going back to the A. That will have the stem going up, and then the F is now going to be a minim or a half note, so we don't colour that in. And then we get the same note again, but we colour that one in because that's going to become a crotchet or a quarter note, and that's that one done. So let's quickly move on to the last question. So we're going to page 27. Oh, we've just got a few more on this one. Yeah, we've got the orchestral questions. I thought we'd done that quickly. So let's just answer these, a few orchestral questions, just a bit of general knowledge. The flute is a single reed instrument. Well, that's false. There are no reeds at all. It's a woodwind instrument, but it's not a reed instrument. The reed instruments, the single reed instrument would be the clarinet. The oboe is a double reed instrument. They're all part of the woodwind family collectively though. Now we're relating back to this extract at the start of question 6. They're asking us whether or not the largest melodic interval between two notes next to each other is a compound major third. So we're just going to have a look and see what interval we can see. Two notes next to each other. What are the largest intervals next to each other? These are all quite close. See here, there's a large interval. That's an A flat to an A flat, that's an octave. From there to there, there's our compound third. However, they've asked us if it's a major compound third, and that's a D to an F, which is minor. D to F sharp would be major. So although it's a compound third, that's a minor, not a major. So there we go, that's false. Not quite the right answer. Give the highest note in the melody, its letter name. So let's find what the highest note of the melody is. Well, it's this one at the very end, and that's an A, C, E. But because if you're not sure, we can count from the F, G, A, B, C, D, E. We're not quite there yet because it's an E flat. Alternatively, if you find it hard with those ledger lines, count an octave down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you can see that we're on an E, an octave higher, but of course it's an E flat. So make sure you remember your flat sign, otherwise you've forgotten your key signature. There we go, now that's the end of that question. Let's have a look now at this last question. This is the one of my favourite questions, the harmony question. And so we need to allocate appropriate chords to give a recognised cadence at each of these 2 points here. But the first job is to just find out what key we're in. And so we have B flats, just B flats, and so we're in F major. So let's just write down which chords we're going to be choosing from. So if we're in F major, chords 1, 2, 4 and 5. Chord 1 will be based on the first note of the scale, F. Chord 2 will be on the second note of the scale, G. Fourth, a B, and fifth, C. So now we add the triads, first, third and fifth, F, A, C, G, B, D, B, D, F, C, E, G. And there's no need to worry about which position or inversion we're in, because there are no bass notes, so we can't choose that. So we're just choosing the basic chord based upon the notes that we're given here. So we need to find out which notes will best fit which chord, and then how to choose that cadence point. Now, not all of the notes will be part of the chord. Some may be passing notes or auxiliary notes, like little in between fill-in notes. But let's see what we've got here. We've got a D, a B and an F. Of course it's a B flat, but your key signature will take care of that. And so chord 4 is the obvious choice there. So it looks to me like we're going for a plagal cadence, a 4-1. That's sort of a gentle close, sort of a bit like an amen ending. So let's see what this one works out at. A, C, F. So yes, there's our chord 1. So that's nicely completed there for a plagal cadence. Let's see what the last cadence is. So we've got a D, a G and a B. Of course it's a B flat, but the key signature is dealing with that. So that's a chord 2. Chord 2 is usually a good precursor to a cadence. So here we've got a C, an E, F, G, F. Now then, not all of those are going to be appropriate as part of the chord, and so we need to just choose which is going to be the best. Now C, E, G will give us a chord 5, and then we can see that this F here is not really part of the chord, it's just a passing note. We can see we're passing through in step, so that's just a passing note, not part of our harmony. And then here we've got a little auxiliary note, that F is also not part of the chord. So we can have C, E, G, there's our chord 5, so it looks like we're going towards a perfect cadence. And then we've got an F, C, F. Chord 1 is best explained there. Not all of the notes of the chord are present, but it's enough to show us that chord 1 is the best choice. And there we go, we've got a perfect cadence, and that perfect cadence brings this piece of music to a close. It also brings the question to a close, and it brings this paper to a close. So that's all nicely wrapped up and finished there. I do hope that this has been helpful to you. If you can give me a like, that'd be really great, and subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more in store. Please do visit sharonbill.com and make use of all of the resource and information that's there to help you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.